Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome to this week's card. Today I'm using some memory box products along with one of my metallic gelatos. The first thing I'm going to do is take this die. It's called Piastra Tile, and I'm running it through my Sizzix with some basic gray cardstock by Stampin' Up. And I'm taking a paper piercer and I'm just poking all these little pieces out, which went by pretty quickly, and then I flipped it over and I just kind of rubbed it against the back and they all popped off. So it's pretty easy to do. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to trim it up. And the next thing I need to do is work on my sentiment because I need to get that positioned. So this is VersaFine ink on a Hero Art stamp. I love the way the VersaFine ink works on the clear stamps. You get really nice crisp image. And now I'm going to mark off where I'm going to place that die cut, and I'm going to mask it with some Post-its. And I've got this Impression Obsession stamp. It's a 6x6, and I think it's called Script, and some soft granite shadow ink by Hero Arts. I'm taking a baby wipe, and I'm going to wipe it off just a little bit because I don't want it to be too bright and distracting because it's not going to be my focal point. It's just a subtle background. I'm going to remove my Post-its there. And now I'm using the Gorgeous Grunge set, which I seem to be going back to a lot. I use it on a lot of different cards. And I'm going to use it with my gelatos. So I'm going to clean my work surface here quickly. And what I did first was I moistened the stamp just a little bit. Not too much water, but just enough to kind of get the gelato going. Because otherwise it's kind of a chapsticky thing, and you want it to be a little bit liquidy, a little wet, so that it goes on your stamp. Then I sprayed it again, and I'm just going to position it right there and stamp it on. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other stamp from this set. I got a little bit too much water, so I wiped it off. You don't want too much. Put the gelato on there, stamp, or wet it again, spray it with water, and then position it, stamp, and then one more time. And you don't have to set this gelato. It just dries and it doesn't smear, it doesn't smudge. It really is a great product. I love it. And there's a lot of sparkle to it. So if you want to see a picture, you can go to my blog. So this is a memory box butterfly. I saw it and I just thought it was so pretty. So I'm black embossing it on some Nina Silver white cardstock. I'm going to zoom here. This is the same gelato I just used. And again, it's kind of just a creamy chapstick. And I'm going to put some on my butterfly, and then I'm going to rub it outward with my finger and make sure I get good coverage, because I'm going to be applying marker on top of it. And the marker needs to go on top of the gelato, not on the paper. Otherwise it won't blend out like you see I'm doing here. So I put a little bit in the center, and I take my finger and I just blend it out toward the edge of the wing. And so you get kind of a little bit of dimension there. And I did that once all the way around, and then I decided I wanted it just a tiny bit darker in the middle, so I'm just doing a little dot in the center, and then I'm just smudging it out just a little bit, not all the way to the edge. Alright, so now I've got a really sparkly butterfly here, and I'm going to trim it, cut it out. These are liquid pearls, and I'm just going to create some dots here. This is the Buttercup color, and when you do this you want to make sure you pull straight up, because if you pull off to the side after you kind of deposit this liquid pearl product onto your paper, then you won't get a perfect circle. And so you want these to sort of look like pearls. Well, that's why they call it liquid pearls. Anyway, it's economical to do it this way. Alright, so these Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, when cut in half, work perfectly on the sides here. Now I tried to find a adhesive that worked in the middle of this and still pop it up, but I couldn't find one small enough. So I just cut my dimensionals in half, and I left a little bit of an edge on the die cut to make sure I had room to put those that adhesive. And then I trim the edge. And then finally I'm going to take a glue dot, put it in the center of my butterfly, and that way the wings can fly up. And that's it. Pretty simple today. And I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.